All right, good morning, everyone, or actually, good afternoon. The wind is ripping 100 mile an hour. I've got my little microphone. I hope it's cutting a lot of the wind out. But I'm just out here at the water, enjoying the views. Taking a little break. I've been doing some job hunting today. It's that time of year I got to start looking for a job. I'm poor, folks. I'm poor. But here, let me turn around so you can see the view. All right, that's better. You ain't got to look at my ugly mug. But I am. Side note, something just popped in my head. When I have the camera, I'm using my phone. I pay so much for it. I try to use it. But anyway, when I have the front-facing camera on, the I can't say this word. Stabilization doesn't work. But when I have the camera on the back of it turned on, which is the one I'm using now, it works. I can't figure that out. There's got to be a setting for it. I've looked, haven't found it. But anyway, I'm just taking a little break. Been working all morning, job hunting online, applying and researching and doing a regular seasonal job hunt. I'm actually a little late on doing this. If you're going to do seasonal jobs, you got to get in on it early. Like say for the 2026 season, you need to start applying in 2025. And I'm a little late on doing that. I wasn't 100% sure what I was going to do this year as far as work plans go. But anyway, that's what I've been doing today. I'm seeing shiny things. I get distracted so easy. I'm like a monkey with the little shiny things. But anyway, the van's parked right over there. I've been working here using this view, applying for seasonal jobs. Well, I've only applied for 2. I've mainly been doing research. And if you're wondering how I find seasonal jobs, it's several different ways I do it. One, I use a website called Coolworks, which I think I've got a job off there one time, because the jobs they offer is not really what I like to do. Man, that wind is about to knock me over. It's blowing so hard. But I still look at it all the time because you never know what's going to be on there. I use several apps. I use the Coolworks. I use Indeed. Everybody has heard of Indeed. You can find temporary, seasonal, full-time. You can find any kind of job you want on there. A lot of people don't realize they post seasonal jobs also. But anyway, I use them 2 apps. I just glanced through social media, like Facebook, Instagram, even YouTube. Get ideas or leads off of that. People talking about it or just actually posting it. And it's becoming more common because it's living an alternative life in a van, RV, whatever you want to choose to live, bicycle, whatever. It's becoming so popular and mainstream and actually a normal thing now. The companies are realizing that and they're taking advantage of it. They save a lot of money by hiring travelers, work campers, whatever you want to call it. We're not going to get into all that red tape mumbo jumbo, but they save tons of money by hiring us and not having to pay workman's comp and offer all them benefits and all that. But anyway, that's a different story. But what I was aiming to get at is they're starting to advertise now on social medias like Facebook and everything. And this morning, I actually applied to both the jobs. I applied to two. Both of them I seen on Facebook, advertised on there. Now, when I say advertise on Facebook, I'm not talking about groups, which there is some groups. Actually, there's several work camper groups that people's created or whatever, but these are just regular advertisements. Now, it's going to be based on what you look at all the time, because Facebook caters to what you always search or look at. And I'm always looking at camping and work camping sites, stuff like that. So that's the reason it advertises that to me. But yeah, I applied to two work camping jobs. One being a theme park, and the other one being a national park. Now, I'm not going to give the names of them on here because I can't. Like I always say, you got some yahoos that just have nothing better to do but try to make you miserable. So, they'll do whatever they can to mess things up for you. So I'm not going to give the names of where and what I applied to, but I did. But anyway, I'm gonna apply to some more, but I just don't throw my name in the hat of every single job I see. I look and research them, because some of them ain't that great. They put up bright colors and balloons and, paid actors to smile at the camera, but the jobs are actually horrible. And unfortunately, I've experienced one of them myself by not doing my research, and I hear horrible stories all the time of people who, unfortunately commit to something and is just miserable. So now I've learned to do my research. When I say research, Indeed has a good I don't know what you call it, like a section you can go to look at reviews for companies. Like I was looking at one job, I'm not going to even consider it, so I'll go ahead and say it. It was a warehouse job. Now I like them kind of jobs, Before anybody says anything, I intentionally look for that because I enjoy them kind of jobs. But it was a warehouse job. It's kind of like Amazon. It's not Amazon, but it's just like it, the operation and all that. And there was advertising seasonal, needing seasonal help. So I didn't apply to it, but I got on there, and with the Indeed app, you can look at reviews of people who's worked, maybe not that particular site, but for that company. And the reviews was horrible. Now, don't get me wrong, I understand you're always going to have that one crybaby. Always, they didn't get their Kool-Aid at break time, so they're going to cry and talk bad about the company. But this is just review after review after review of just horrible management. Most of it was management complaints. But the pay was horrible. That don't affect me too much, the pay, because these are people that's trying to pay $2,000 a month rent and car payments and health insurance payment, so I get it, the pay's not good for them. But for me, I'm in a different situation, so a little bit lower pay doesn't scare me off. But the complaints about management and being mistreated, getting threatened with their job every day. Now, I don't know, this is a one-sided story, so I don't know how much is true, but when 96% of the reviews are saying the same thing, there's got to be something going on. But the point of saying all that is the advertisement of the job looked awesome. I mean, I kind of got a little bit excited when I first seen it, until I started doing my research on there. And the other thing I do for research, YouTube has everything nowadays. Everybody's got a camera in their hand. So whenever you're looking at a particular job or whatever, kind of search it on YouTube, see if anybody's been there, made a video about it or whatever, or the company made a video. And 6 out of 10 times you'll find one. So I did that for this job here. Sure enough, there was actually 2 videos, and that place was horrible. Now I'm sure they showed the worst thing they could find to show, but it was just terrible. From what they showed in their pictures on advertising the job, as to what I seen in that video, it was like a third world country sweatshop. I mean, yeah. So anyway, that was a long ramble about do your research on your jobs. Don't just grab the first one you see that has a smiling face in the picture, because chances are that's not what it is. I just ate, so I'm trying to walk around a little bit, and now I'm getting hiccups for it. But anyway, side note, that vampire hotel we went to in one of my videos, it's right up there on top of that hill. I thought about walking over there again, but I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that's what I've been doing today. I think I got off track a little bit, but telling you how you can find these jobs. But the best way to find them, yeah, that's what I was going to do. My last point, the best way to find them is word of mouth. Now, how do you find word of mouth jobs? Well, you got to socialize a little bit, which I don't like to do. I admit it. I'm kind of a loner. Don't like that socializing around the campfire, but that's kind of where you find the best jobs. Now, usually the way I find my word of mouth jobs is, say I take a seasonal job or any kind of job. Most y'all know I like doing ground maintenance, like golf courses and state parks and stuff like that. I really enjoy that because it keeps me in places like this. There's actually a state park right over there that's ran by the state here that I'm in. And I consider going over there, but they don't have seasonal work. It's a full-time gig. And I don't want to take one of them jobs and just have to quit. Because every time you burn a bridge, you can't go back across it. So I'm saving that for maybe when I get really older than what I am now, and might decide to settle down or something like that. Try to get a job or something. But anyway, yeah, when you take a job, seasonal work kind of job, you usually hear about other ones, and you'll hear firsthand whether they're good or bad. And you got to read between the lines. People get their feelings hurt, and they'll talk all bad about somebody or some place, and you got to kind of read between the lines. But most of the time they'll speak the truth. Like Brian on Adventure Van Man, he puts it out there cut and dry. He don't sugarcoat it. And I know Brian personally. I've met him several times, talked to him and everything. What you see on video is what he is in real life. But yeah, he don't sugarcoat nothing. He'll tell you if the job's good or worth it, or if it's it's okay, it'll get you by, or if the job is just completely horrible. Yeah, he don't sugarcoat nothing. So yeah, meeting other work campers is a good way to find leads to jobs and determine whether you want to do them or not. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. That's probably what I continue to do the rest of the day. So I'm gonna get off here. Gotta go back to work. It's that time of year I need to start looking for a job. The reason I'm starting now, because I know I'm not gonna find one today or find one next week. It'll probably be next month or possibly later before I get an offer or accept a job or whatever. So got to start doing it now. But anyway, I'll see y'all later, probably around supper time. Got to go find me a place to camp tonight and settle in and cook some supper. So I'll see you guys later. All right, I've come to a spot where I'm going to camp tonight. It's getting late in the afternoon. Well, really, it ain't that late. Just the sun sets so daggum early now. It seems like it's late. Let me get you turned around and I'll show it to you real quick. All right, there's the old camper van. This is a spot I've been aiming to get back to. I haven't been back here in a long time. Been aiming to come back here, just never have gotten around to it. Got a beautiful view of the water on this side. A lot of open space. And you got water on this side. And you got water behind you. It's got a good rocky ground to it. Now I'm gonna keep this one a secret. It's not a secret to the locals around here. A lot of the locals know about it. But with it being way off the beaten path, the general influx of out-of-towners, 2-week camper people, you know, they don't know about it. It's way off the beaten path. So this is another one of the spots I'm gonna keep to myself. Now, no chances are anybody who happens to see this video wouldn't even come way back here. It's so far back they wouldn't even mess with it. But some things you just gotta keep private. I mean, too many people find out about, you know, good spots or whatever. They get used and abused, and then we lose it. This is a spot, like I said, the locals know about. They use it all the time. A lot of the hunters use it. I'm surprised there's not a hunter here right now. I started not to come back here because I figured there would be, but not at the moment. There's actually, well, you're not going to be able to see it because of the sun. There's actually a better spot over there, but there is a duck blind down there, so they're not camping here, but they'll be, you know, early morning, late afternoon, they'll be in and out over there, so I'm going to let them have that one. It's actually better than this spot, or at least I think it is anyway. But anywho, this is going to be home for the night, maybe a day or two, I don't know. Got some storms coming in, so I can't remember exactly what day, but it's here in a few days. Get some storms coming in. I'm probably going to move out of here before they get here, because often these old trees is not a good place to be when it's storming, the wind's blowing. They're saying it's going to be 45 mile-an-hour winds. Yeah, this is not a good spot to be in a situation like that. A lot of these trees are old, and a lot of them's dead. A lot of limbs falling. You know, if you didn't get hit by one, you'd be stuck back here. So we're going to stay here a day or two, possibly 3. I'm going to have to look at the weather. Then we're going to move out before that weather comes in. Anywho, well, I got you. Let's just go down this trail. It's just the water, but now tomorrow, and side note, if you know where this spot's at, don't broadcast it on here. We're going to try to keep this one to ourselves, so we'll always have it. There's no structure. Well, it ain't here. Well, there used to be something here, but there's no structure over there. I may go check out tomorrow. Well, it's not really a structure. It's just some foundation and a few pieces of concrete that's left. But I haven't been back. I'm trying to think. I haven't been back in this spot, man. I'm gonna say it's been. I can't even remember. It's been at least 7 years, 6 years. So it's been a long time. Well, mainly, yeah, it has been that long. It's been since I had the blue van, because, you know, I switch rigs a lot. And since the blue van, I haven't had a rig that would let me get back here. So yeah, it's been 7 or 8 years since I've been back here. It looks the same. It ain't changed much. One of these is gone. There used to be one more right out here. I can't remember what it used to be. Someone told me. I'm thinking it was like a dock or a pier, however you want to say it. I can't remember. Somebody told me one time. But anyway, I see something in the water. Look like a little piece of carpet somebody threw in there. I'll try to get that out. But yeah, I'm gonna get off here, get camp set up. I'm actually gonna move in a little bit. Still got the van in the sun, trying to get as much solar as I can. But once it gets a little bit lower, I'm gonna back up right in here. It's a little bit more level. So let me get off here, and then I'll be back later, maybe tonight or tomorrow, or whatever. But we'll be back. All right, guys and gals. It's the next morning. The crows are hollering. I got up pretty early this morning. Woke up about 4:35. The hunters are out, if you can hear the guns. Yeah, I got up about 4:30 or 5. It was still dark. I made my coffee and got out. Just to enjoy the early morning. You know, the peace and quiet. And There was a couple of deer down here. This is a really good spot. I don't know why I haven't made an effort to come back here sooner. I'm sure in the summertime, this spot is almost impossible to use. I'm almost positive of that because this is a really good spot. It was super quiet. I mean, I could hear mice walking around. It was so quiet out here this night. I left my back window open. Well, not the window itself, but the covering. I left it open, so right here's the van. I could see out there and see the stars in the sky, which it clouded up. When I got up this morning, I could actually see stars. And the clouds rolled in. According to the weather app, it's supposed to, what time is it? 8 o'clock. Wow, morning's going by quick. About noontime, it's showing the sun's supposed to come out. There is a storm coming. Not today, but it's coming across the map. They're saying tomorrow's supposed to be sunny and nice. And then the day after that, it's going to be cloudy all day. The rain starts coming in. And then that'll be Thursday. And then Friday, the storm's supposed to be here. They claim it's supposed to be pretty rough. Chances of tornadoes, that's nothing uncommon in this area. I mean, the tornadoes are our state symbol around here. So, anyways, chances of that and heavy rains, lightning. It's just a typical wintertime summer storm here. But anywho, I notice the sky is getting a little bit lighter there. And it looks like it might be getting a bit lighter over there. So maybe the sun will go ahead and come back out today. I hope so. But I think what I'm going to do is probably just hang out for a while. I just drank a whole half a pot of coffee and ate breakfast. My old belly's fat. I feel lazy. I'm probably going to hang around camp here for a minute. And then might get out and take a little walk. I'm wanting to go over there. Actually, I need to research this spot right here. Somebody told me what it used to be years ago. I mean, years ago, someone told me what it was. I can't remember what they said. But this morning I noticed there's a street light growing inside that tree, or the tree growing around it. And that thing's nowhere new. It's been there for years. And this, I've said it 100 times, this whole recreational area, national forest, or state forest, whatever, this all used to be farms and communities and towns, and it's pretty much erased now, but this used to be people's homes and towns and everything. So I think I'm going to get online for a little while, see if I can find some pictures or any kind of information of what this spot right here might have been. And it's easier to say that than do it. You got to get on maps and find this particular area on a map, then cross-reference with old maps you can find online and maybe old historical picture sites and stuff. You don't just open up Google's map and it tells you, what it was. It takes a little bit of effort, so I'm gonna try that today. That'll give me something to do. Till a bit later on, I'll probably take a little walk. But anyway, that's the plan. My brain's still a little foggy this morning, so I'll see you guys later on this afternoon.